who's going to say, I want to be right? So, like, what do you do?
They can tell you what their goal is.
Sometimes it's not.
But when you ask somebody, like, what's your goal? Who's going to say, I want to win this fight? I want to be right. I want you to admit that I'm right, right? I don't know many people that would say that. So how do you get
when
to
you're
that?
trying to understand, it's not a right of.
I want you to understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to say, oh, I'm right. I want to be right. I want you to understand what I mean.
Right.
Because of X, Y, Z. That's, you know what I mean? That's just, you know.
And if the other person is listening to understand, so whatever it is, when you ask what's the goal, and then that person says, okay, I want to be understood, I want to be heard, I want to be listened to. If you are listening to understand, then you should be able to start deciphering even through that statement. Okay, I feel you now. I got it. So would it make more sense if I say this? Or if I say it this way, does that help you feel understood? And so a lot of times it's asking direct questions so you can kind of get somewhere. Because all of that going around in circles is just not.
And honestly,
not get you there.
I had that issue with my grandmother, and I said a word to her, and I'm like, I made sure I wasn't emotional. And she said, you told me I need to take accountability. I didn't like that word. That word triggered me, and it caused her to shut down. So by you saying that, sometimes it's words. And then like back to what Law was saying, right or wrong, listen to what he said. He said communication and understanding. That has nothing to do with right or wrong. Just because you triggered something within me doesn't mean you were wrong. If I didn't have that triggered, you wouldn't have triggered anything within me, you know? And I think people get so caught up in right or wrong when it's not a right or wrong, but do you understand me?
But I would say still, even being married a long time, you still have to continuously work on communication. So I'm going to still put it in that same category. And so I'm not necessarily going to give up on anyone that I feel like may not have quite gotten the message the first time, and maybe even the second time. Because I have to learn, how do they hear things best? How do they receive information best? Because how I'm speaking it, when I'm very direct, that may not work for a person. Or they may need more analogies, or they may need a little bit more emotion tucked up under there. I need to figure out that part of you too. That's a part of my responsibility too. Not to just say, this is how I am and you need to just get it. My job, if I'm gonna talk about a relationship, which is togetherness, then I need to start kind of learning too, how do you hear things best? Like, you know.